Hello and welcome to PBA Week 5. I am your coach DDubble, and I know this looks a little bit different, and that is because I currently have food poisoning. So you don't get webcam today because I look greener than my gastrodon. If you guys are excited for today's video, please leave a like down below. If you are new to the channel, click subscribe. We just hit 40 subs at the time of recording. The videos have been blowing up. I really can't thank you guys enough. We actually have some really cool things going on the channel right now, and yeah, I'm just beyond thankful. So yeah, today we're taking on Jettman. And Jettman has Sand with Houndstone. Our quick rundown: we got Boots, Spikes on this thing here. Gastro's rocking lefties. We have Berry for the Houndstone as like a bait on our Dragapult. Cinderace here, sitting Boots, Pivot, Basic, Standard. We have a Bulk Up, Drill Peck, Corv, and then a Life Orb Breloom here. The only thing on his team that doesn't like Breloom lead is the Rotom, but with that in mind, I think I'm just going to lead with Sandy Shocks, because we do not see a ground type, so that's good for us. So good luck, have fun to Jettman. Been really looking forward to this. Scheduling's been kind of tough, just between like some issues with teams, and then the newest update came out and all that stuff. Unfortunately, we are playing on 20-minute timer just for this battle, just given the situation with everything, but should be a good one nonetheless, and hopefully it moves pretty quick. So do see the Rotom lead as I lead with Robots Pop Songs, our newly acquired Sandy Shocks. I do have Power Gem on this specifically for Rotom. I do really want to just fire this off because it really opens up Corviknight late game if Rotom is gone. So we are going to Power Gem. Good damage. Kind of looks like it could be a Spadef set. This Shadow Ball is not going to do a whole lot to us. Yeah, we eat that up. And no drops, hopefully. Lefties, we do see. Okay. I do think he's going to want to preserve this. On his side, what does he go into? Power Gem. Power Gem's pretty free, actually. Don't really lose anything from it. If he does decide to go into the Tyranitar, it's going to force a lot of pressure. Good damage again. Do see the overheat. We're going to eat this up. We do have a lot of HP investment, so can just swallow that. Special attack drops. And here is the turn where should be able to just fire off a Volt Switch and pick up the KO. Actually, I think I'm just going to Power Jam. I'm going to play it safe here. Don't want to overpressure things. We do have switches. And I'm not entirely confident in that roll because it could, for all I know, it could be AV. So don't want to make anything like big mistakes. We do get the first KO now, and this really opens up our Breloom, as Toxapex is really the only thing on his team that super wants to deal with Breloom. So we do see Frostmoth come out. Unless this is Scarf Moth, we will outspeed. Cinderace feels relatively safe here. I'm actually going to go Cinderace. Because this feels like a Scarf Moth. I don't think you bring this in unless you assume Scarf, because Power Gem is going to do 75% to you. At +1, we will still outspeed with Cinderace, so we should be okay there. And I can also take any one hit. So we do see the Quiver Dance. I can take almost anything from this thing. Bug Move, Ice Move, Air Slash. Hurricane is a little scary. Should be alright. So I'm just going to Pyro Ball this turn. This should force in the Toxapex. Air Slash comes out. Yeah, we do eat that up. No flinches. Nice. Awesome. This is going to be a dead Frostmoth. Oh, Focus Sash. Little does he know, we have the Suckering of Punches. So I'm going to Sucker Punch here.
A few moments later.
Nice. Cool. We do pick up the KO. That's a second one down. So up 2-0 early. Sand could come in at this point and cause a lot of problems. We do see the Toxapex in the back. He now knows that we are not choice locked, however, and we do see Pex come out. So we do have Gastro, which is kind of the bring for this guy. So we're going to fire off a U-turn here. If it's Helmet, that's unfortunate, but I don't mind having a little bit of chip. And then we can keep T-Spikes from going up as well. Worst case, we can sack our Shocks because we are up right now. Do see T-Spikes. Okay, that's okay. That is more than okay. We are fine. The main goal, honestly, for him is got to be, like, sack as much stuff, get things up and ready for Houndstone to come in and try to start cleaning. So we just have to kind of preserve our pieces to make sure that that doesn't happen. We are more invested set on Gastro, so that's going to be great damage there. Second layer, T-Spikes goes up. That's okay. We're still in a relatively good spot here. I want my rocks up on the switch, I think, because Pex probably switches here or clicks Recover, Toxic if he has it, but I want rocks up to kind of force some things in the back to have to at least chip. I don't need any extra sashes or anything like that running around. We do see the Recover again, so this is a good play from us. I'm going to Earth Power again, and then I'm going to go into Sandy Shocks. after that to force him into a situation where he has to attack. Because if he sacks, they're in a good spot. With Rotom dead, he really has no options for it. So we do see Pex leave. Hawlucha comes in now. That's okay. Do see the spikes, or the Stealth Rock damage on Hawlucha. No damage out of that. I need as much damage on this as possible to not just lose to an SD set. If it's Power Herb and he's that SD Sky Attack, that could be a little scary. Do you see the Swords Dance go up? We have Sucker Punch on some things. The worry is an Unburden boost, but I know this thing is very frail. That looks like 2-hit KO range. I'm gonna go for it. Oh, we do see Drain Punch. That's good tech. That's really good tech, actually. That's a little scary at that point. Hawlucha. Hawlucha. I think the play here is sack Robots Pop Songs. No, I think the play is sack Gastro. The play is sack Gastro. Because this thing's not, you know, it's going to recover up anyways. But at this point, you know, we can go into our Dragapult and not have to worry about too much. Because it's going to force the Tyranitar to come in. And T-Tar can't have Pursuit, so we can drop a Draco, followed up by a U-turn, and still be in a relatively good position here. We do get poisoned, which does suck a little bit, but I am just going to Draco on the switch. There's Draco, so we do claim the Hawlucha, so this is good. And us being Kasibberry also allows me to kind of not fear the Houndstone as much. This should be T-Tar, though. With 3 things dead, I think Houndstone is in a position for him where he could be, you know, kind of... It's very maneuverable. This is kind of the scary part about Houndstone. The beauty of it, though, is we are Sucker Pult and Sucker Cinder. He knows about Sucker Cinder. He does not know about Sucker Pult. Breloom is a relatively free switch. Breloom or Corv. I think I get a little bit more value out of Corv because we can bulk up and then scout if it's a special set or not. Breloom can revenge in a worst case scenario. We can also kill sand turns this way, so... The last thing I want to see is a switch. Switch would suck. Houndstone coming in here would be a little less than ideal. GC Rocks. Okay, well that puts... Cinderate's Boots, so we're okay there. But it is going to put our Robots Pop Songs into a situation where it's only going to have 1 turn. Here I am just going to bulk up, and we are going to see if this is Flamethrower or if it's Stone Edge. If it's Stone Edge, that does suck a little bit. If it's Flamethrower, that sucks. Roar, Dragon Tail, things like that. It is Stone Edge, so this is the best case scenario for us. We can kind of kill out sand turns with bulk up and put him in a position where he can't get through us. So I'm going to get 2 bulk ups, and then this will take us out of Houndstone range. And then I'm presuming Toxapex is very physically defensive, considering the Gastrodon damage to it. We are invested Gastrodon for special attack, but there's the withdraw. Houndstone. So we're going to get +2. Houndstone's really not going to appreciate this, especially after rocks. I think +2, I can live 1. We are going to just Drill Peck. Banded Adamant is not a ton. It doesn't 2-hit KO me, especially after. And he's Life Orb, so this is going to put him in Drill Peck range. Yep, this is good. We're going to avoid the Houndstone. Thank God. And then it's realistically just beating the T-Tar now. I think the appropriate thing to do on this turn is Drill Peck again. D-Bond. Ooh. Wow. Cool prep. Cool tech. I could have roosted. Dang it. Roost would have been really good. But oh well. What can you do? That's good tech. That's a good last ditch effort. We will lose Corviknight here. That's unfortunate. I prefer Robots Pop Songs because I'll get a Volt Switch off if it's the... I was going to say, if it's the Toxapex, it would have been a Volt Switch, but it is the Tyranitar here, so at this point, we are just going to try to break through it with an Earth Power, which is nice. This is going to be good damage. It's not massive. Wow, that was actually a lot more than I expected. You do see the Body Press. Oh, cool. So Body Press comes out, does take out the Sandy Shocks, because I don't want to take the extra turn of poison damage on my Dragapult if I don't have to. So what we are going to do is we are going to U-turn. This will pick up the KO here. And then what we'll do is we'll go into our Breloom, I can Spore the Toxapex, and then we'll just Bullet Seed and we'll claim. And that'll be GG, I think. Honestly, one of the scarier teams having to prep for, Sand and Houndstone is just terrifying. I think I ran into a really good matchup, though. More so than, you know, outplaying. This was just kind of one of those ones where I just needed to make sure I kept my key pieces around and force situations. In prep, I did have the conversation with some guys that have been helping me out with building, of if we see the Rotom, don't lead with the Breloom. The goal was actually to lead with Breloom, but if we saw Rotom, we'd go Sandy Shocks just because it forces more pressure onto it, and then you know, kind of go from there. This isn't to stall. This is strictly to ensure that. Actually, honestly, I think 2 Bulldozers is fine. I'm not even gonna bother. I differential at this point. It's not overly important. Unless this is Ice Beam, it's not gonna kill me. It's Chilling Water, so. Sand goes away, so we don't take that extra chip. That looks like I'm in range, even with the attack drop.
Are you sure about that?
If he wants to recover, that's fine. I will Spore the turn after, because I won't feel as bad. But I'm just going to Bulldoze here. It does live. Do we see the recover? Alright, so I'm Sporing now. Kind of felt like one of those situations where I was in the driver's seat, but that's fine. I'll Spore, and then I'll switch out, and I'll go into a Bolt, and then we'll reset the Toxic turns.
So this is post-editing Del right here. Essentially what ends up happening, I Spore the Toxapex, and then we sit there for about 4 or 5 turns. I get a Spit F drop, and then we TERA Ghost, and then it's going to cut to that on the video so that you guys don't have to sit through and watch all the animations and everything like that. Yeah, I get bailed, but we do pull out a W out of it, so it's worth it. Okay, bye.
Libero Ace may not be able to break through, but we're going to see. I might have choked. And it's no one's fault but my own if I did. Oh, okay. Haze. Good play. I don't know if that takes him out of range. It might. I don't know if this is Draco range or not. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Quick little calc. Calc. Dragapult into Toxapex. Meteor's a maybe. Shadow Ball is a... Well, Meteor's a maybe. So, Meteor it is. Okay, cool. Just in range. That Spit F drop mattered entirely. I got bailed out entirely. That's my own fault. Sometimes you play games when you're not feeling good and you clouds your mind a little bit. GG Jettman. I did ask for a Spit F drop, so I got bailed out on my own there. There is 100% a world where you actually win that. And yeah, I mean, I misplayed at the end. That's no one's fault but my own. I'll claim that. Jettman absolutely got hacked out right at the end there, just with that Spit F drop. So GG's to Jettman. Check him out. Description down below. I'm gonna get up out of here. I feel awful. So I'll get you guys later. Yeah, bye-bye.